All right, guys, welcome to the call. This is Krystal Pearl, Presidential Diamond, and we have Lori Humble on the line with us. Hey, Lori.
Hello. Good evening.
We're on track today. We did good. We all got on the same line, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, progress.
So, yeah, right. So I just want to welcome you guys to the call. I'm super excited to be doing the call tonight. I feel like the last couple of ones we've had other people talking about events and just kind of taking over, so I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a while. So I'm really excited to be one of the ones leading the call tonight, and I'm excited. We're in October. We're in a new month, which is just so exciting. I love the beginning of the month because it's your opportunity to start fresh with a clean slate, set new goals for yourself, and just kind of start over. And just real quick, wanted to announce a couple things before we hop into the call. Most of you should have seen by now, but corporate brought back the Too Good promotion. So it's the Starts with One. So everyone the month of October who enrolls one loyal customer and one distributor is going to be put into the drawing for to get $20,000 in debt paid off. They'll be choosing 20 names again, which I think it's so incredible. I really get chills when I think about it because it just proves how special of a company we are in, that, you know, the more they grow, the more money that the company is making, the more that they're pouring back into us, the people in the field, the distributors who are really growing their business, and they truly care about us. I mean, it's so amazing to think this is going to be the third month in a row that they did that they have done this. So that's 60 people that they will have paid off $20,000 in debt. That's $1,200,000 that they have given back to distributors in the field. And I don't know what it's going to be like this month. I'm so excited to hear. But last month, the majority of the people, they only had one entry in. So it really does start with one. So I just want to encourage you guys, you know, just really get to work and do this. Get your one distributor and your one loyal customer, you know, focus, visualize who those people are going to be. Be bold, reach out, ask people if they're interested in how they could make money for Christmas, how they could increase their cash flow, if they want to get skinny before the holidays, well before spring break, if they're ready to hit their goals. You know, it's just, we have something so amazing in our hands, and we need to share it with the world. And, you know, that could be you winning that $20,000. I mean, you guys are all winners. You're all amazing. And I have no doubt in my mind that somebody in this team is going to be one of the winners. So why not have it be you? So just so exciting. I was excited about that. Lori, were you excited? I was freaking out. I can't believe they did it again.
Oh my gosh. Haley and I were sitting at the table eating, and I was streaming it, and I was trying to chew and swallow, and I couldn't do it because she looks at me and she goes, "Grandma, you're crying." And I'm like, oh, you know, I couldn't even, as they were pulling out the numbers and talking to the people, it's just surreal. It really is.
Yeah, and we're going to be there live this month when they do it in October. They're going to do it at Green Experience next week, so I'm so looking forward to that. It's just incredible to really be a part of a company that, I mean, that's for that one loyal customer and one distributor, that's it, and you have a chance at $20,000. I mean, come on.
And almost to do it.
Absolutely. So let us know when you get your one loyal customer, your one distributor. We want to celebrate with you. That is such a big accomplishment, and you need to be proud of it. So when you guys get that, we want to see you blowing up our pages. We want to see you posting on Facebook and tagging us. We really, that's a big deal. So we want to celebrate with you. So. Okay, so other than that, I just wanted to quick throw out too our next team meeting for those of you in the Twin Cities, which we have a big home team here in the Twin Cities. Our next team meeting will be October 27th from 6 to 8:30 in Maplewood. You all should have gotten the invite on our team pages for the event, but I really want to encourage you guys to do whatever you need to do to make this a priority and to get to this team meeting. We're going to be coming out from Green Experience with just a lot of fun announcements and sharing with you what we learned. And a lot of you are coming with us. I mean, I know in the beach house that I have, we have about 20 people that are going to be in that beach house. And Lori, you have a big handful of people in your house that you rented. So we're going to be bringing back a lot of knowledge. So get there so you can make fourth quarter leading into the busiest time of the year just a major success for you guys. So just a couple minutes before we kick off the call, I want to do announce those things. So I'm super excited for the call tonight. I don't know, some of you may have seen my post on Facebook today, but I have 4 pages of notes. So I just started kind of writing down everything I wanted to talk about, and I just think this is such an important topic. So what we're going to talk about tonight is how to treat your business like a business. And I think that this is something that's really important, and the post that I posted, the tip of the day today, I mean, it just went hand in hand with this, which is really awesome. But when you come into this business, you know, you are now the CEO of your own company. You just bought the rights to a business. And for a lot of people, you may not have ever done anything like this before. I know for me, this is such a foreign concept. I mean, I was, before It Works, I was an independent hairstylist, so I rented a booth, so I kind of had an idea of what it meant to be a business owner, but this was on a totally different level, and I know a lot of people have not done this before, but there are so many people that come into this business, and there's 2 things that people do. You either treat your business as a business or you treat it as a hobby, and we've talked a lot about business versus hobby and trainings that we've done. Those of you that have met Darlene Roth, she does an awesome presentation on this that I love. But I think for a lot of us, we come into the business in a hobby mentality, and we treat it as a hobby because we just don't really know any better, and we treat our business as a lottery ticket. You know, we're just hoping to get lucky. We're hoping that a couple rock stars sign up under us, and the rest is history. And you know, we can't treat it like that. We need to treat it like a business. We need to take responsibility for our business, and we need to be the ones to make it happen instead of leaving it to choice. So some of the things that people do when they treat their business as a hobby, you know, they work their business when it's convenient and when they feel like it. If you're doing that, you're treating your business as a hobby. You treat your business like it's a lottery ticket. Like I just said, you're waiting for those 2 rock stars or 3 rock stars that are going to come in, and then you don't even have to do much anymore after that. That is not what this business is about. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a hard work, and you're going to make amazing money type of business. So if you're thinking that, you need to get out of that mindset. And like I said, if you're there, I don't want you to feel bad about this. I just want to let you know that a lot of us start our business like this. People who treat their business as a hobby, they leave everything to chance. They're not out there making their own future happen. You're not all in. You're not making it a priority to get to events. You're choosing other things instead of getting to events, instead of getting to trainings, instead of getting on calls. You don't really know your why when your business is a hobby. You're kind of just doing it just because, you know, you want to make extra money, and that's all you've left it at. I can tell you your why is such a powerful thing, and we're gonna dive into that in a little bit in this call. You plug in when it's convenient, when it's a hobby. You know, I kind of said that. Everything else comes first. You know, if you're doing these things, those are just a couple examples just to kind of get you in the mindset and thinking, am I treating my business as a hobby or am I treating it like a business? When you're treating it like a hobby, you're going to make hobby money, and that's just the reality. You know, if you're in this just to maybe get your product paid for, you'll be able to do that if you're in this just for a hobby. But if you're in this to change your life, to change your family's life, to see the bigger picture, the bigger vision, to get that beach money, to get that residual career, to set yourself and your family up for success for years and lifetimes to come, then you can't be treating this like a business, you know, or like a hobby, I'm sorry. We have something so special in our hands, and we need to be so serious and so intentional with what we're doing to build this business. Before I move on, Lori, anything you want to say on that as far as business versus hobby?
No, you just go, girl. You are.
Okay.
Yep. Nope.
I told you, I was excited for the call tonight, so
I know.
You just interrupt me.
But when I saw you had 4 pages, I just plan on listening.
Okay, cool. I don't want to leave you. Okay, good.
No.
Okay.
No.
So we want to treat this business like a business. So we want to make sure when we're treating our business like a business, we want to be in the right mindset. That is so, so important. So the right mindset, what is that? You need to have belief in this industry. That is so important. You need to have belief in this company. You need to have belief in this product. And the most important, you need to believe in yourself. I mean, that's huge. So how do we get there? How do we get belief in these 4 major points? Well, belief in the industry, first of all. One thing I can tell you is you need to be educating yourself in this industry. I had never done network marketing before. It was such a foreign concept, and I will tell you that, and a lot of you have experienced this, when you come into a network marketing type business, people say, oh, you're in one of those pyramids. Oh, you did one of those quick get rich quick schemes, or oh, you're doing one of those things. There's such a negative feel sometimes that people have towards network marketing, but I will tell you, since I've started learning about network marketing, it is one of the most amazing industries in the world, and it's one that's growing so fast that in the future it's not going to be looked at that. People are going to be looking at like, oh, you are so blessed that you got involved in this industry before people really knew what it was and how powerful it was. So one way that you can really educate yourself on the industry and what network marketing is by reading. I was never a big reader, to be honest, until I got into the industry, but they say all the time, leaders are readers, and you need to be growing your mind constantly and learning about what you're doing and educating yourself. So some of the really great books that have really helped me, Your First Year in Network Marketing, that's a fantastic one. Beach Money is a great one to really get your mind in the right place about why this industry is so powerful. The 4-Year Career, that's another one that I really, really love. As you're getting in and you're wondering how to do this business, Go Pro. Everybody should read Go Pro. We've been going through the series, and it's just absolutely amazing. That one's going to really teach you how to network, how to connect with people, where the other ones are going to tell you a little bit about more why network marketing, why the industry. There's a great website which is linked to GoPro, networkmarketingpro.com. They have daily videos every single day that's going to give you inspiration on why this industry is so great. There's going to be people that are doing it, how they're doing it, how they're growing it. That's a site that I definitely go to at least a couple times during the week, and I get great inspiration out there. But build your belief in the industry, because once you do, when those haters say those things like that, or just those people that are educated, they don't really know what it is, but they say something like pyramid scheme or whatever it may be, you're going to be so confident that's just going to roll right off your back, and you can educate them. And if they're one of those people that are just going to argue and argue and argue with you, honestly, there's no point. But some people just honestly don't know. So when you can educate them about why this is such a great industry and why it's so beneficial to be your own boss and take control of your own future. So many people in today's world, they depend on their boss or their company for their next paycheck. And I mean, in today's economy, there's just a lot of people that they don't know. They don't know if they're going to be getting laid off next month. For the younger model version of them that's more moldable or, whatever it may be, there's just so much uncertainty out there in the world. So when we can take control of our own lives in this industry, it's powerful. So we're here to educate people and to be a consultant, to share with them what it is that we have and what we're doing. Okay, so belief in the company. How are you going to do that? How are you going to grow that belief? Well, calls, plugging into calls. We have corporate calls every single week. You guys plugging into this call today, that's great. But you definitely want to get on those corporate calls. You want to hear from Mark and Pam and Mike. They're powerful. Get to some trainings. 4 times a year we have Green Experience, and then the most important one, of course, is conference. You can't afford not to be at conference, and I know we've really talked about that a lot over the past couple of weeks, and some of you might feel like we're just ramming it down your throat, but we're doing that because we care about you, and we know what's going to happen to your paycheck if you get there. So when we say you can't afford not to be there, it's because we know what's going to happen to your paycheck when you get there, and we know how much your paycheck is going to grow in the next year when you get there. So you need to just look at this like it's a business expense. It's your education for the year, because I promise you, if you get there and you take everything they say to heart and you learn and you just soak it all in, you are going to come back and you are going to explode your business. So it's just that belief in the company. You're just so fired up. You have a shield around you that nobody can penetrate through. So haters don't bother you. No's don't bother you. You're just excited and you're inspiring. You're passionate, and people are attracted to that. So grow your belief in this company and grow your belief in Mark and Cindy and Pam and Mike. That will get you far in this business. belief in the product. Use the product. I mean, that is important. If you're not using the product, you're not going to sell the product. You just won't, because people can tell when you don't use the product. Just the way you talk about it. When you're passionate about something, again, that radiates through you. So use the product. Develop your story, whether it's the wraps or the greens or the confianza, whatever it is. Develop your story and share your story with people. Wrap people. The more people you wrap, the more confidence you're going to have in this product. So again, every once in a while, get those people that say, oh, I just don't believe in that product. I don't think it works. It's not going to bother you, because you're going to think of all of the people's lives that you've changed by putting this silly little wrap on people. I know from personal experience, the first time I got a wrap on me and I saw my results, I mean, it was emotional for me, because I was dealing with so many confidence issues just because my twins destroyed my stomach, and maybe it's vanity, I don't know, but I was ashamed to be in a swimsuit, and I felt bad about my stomach. And so just having a product that changed it, I knew what that did for me. And I know me personally, I've wrapped people, and I've had people cry because they've been trying to lose weight, and then they get this wrap on and they see results, or they have stretch marks and they're ashamed of their stretch marks, which they shouldn't be. They worked hard to get those stretch marks most of the time. They got them from babies or whatever it may be, but just the feeling you get when you wrap somebody and they see results and it's emotional for them, that's really powerful. So grow your belief in the product. And then last but not least, grow belief in yourself. I mean, that's so important, and a lot of people struggle with that, and I will tell you that's one of the main reasons why people don't grow in this business, is because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe they can do it. They don't have cheerleaders backing them up, or whatever it may be. So plug in, connect with your sponsor, and if you don't have a relationship with your sponsor, connect with your upline. Let them know that you want to grow this business and that you're excited and you're here and you're motivated. Start reading and finding out ways, leadership books, how you can be a better leader, how you can be just a better person in general. Get your mind in the right place, and the business will work. I promise you. When your mind is right and you take action, this business will work for you. Think about who you're spending your time with. It's so important. They say the 5 people that you spend the majority of your time with, you will be like. So be around people who are positive and lift you up. We always say, if you want to be wise in this business, follow the wise, meaning hang with the people that are doing it. Don't hang with the people that aren't doing anything or aren't motivated, or just kind of, they have that lottery ticket and they're just kind of waiting around to see what happens with it. Hang out with the people. Get ideas from the people who are doing this business and are growing this business. Reach out to them. Pick their brain. Get to trainings. And you're going to start to see that you will change in your business. And that's a lot of us are doing that 90-day run, and those of you that haven't, we just opened it back up for the next 30 days. But that's what it's doing. We're hanging around like-minded people who are wanting the same thing and pushing towards our goals. So stick with positive people. You want to guard your mind, you guys. It's so important that you guard your mind, because it's something that can really make or break you. If you have people that are negative all the time, you're going to start to feel negative. If you're around people that are positive and lifting you up, you're going to be positive and you're going to be lifted up. And that goes with everything. That goes with the world. I'll tell you, I don't put anything in my mind unless I really strive to do this, I should say. I mean, sometimes I slip, of course, but I really strive to not put anything in my mind that isn't inspiring me and lifting me up. I don't watch the news. I try to stay away from all of that craziness on the news right now, and I'm not trying to be naive, but it affects me, and I get sad, and I don't like hearing it. And so I choose not to watch that kind of stuff. If I see negativity from people on Facebook 24/7, I block them, so I can't see them on my page anymore. I just hide it. So I'm still friends with them, but I hide it, so I'm not seeing it, because I want to see inspirational things 24/7 that lift me up. So I really encourage you guys to do the same thing. So when you're in this business, you are your own boss. Nobody is going to do this business for you, so you really need to take responsibility for that, and you need to realize that right off the bat. And for a lot of people, that's hard. A lot of people, you've never been your own boss, so you don't know where to go. Well, something that really helped me with this is every day I try to set a plan for myself, and I make a 6 list. So what a 6 list is, for those of you that don't know, is every night I do a lot of journaling, and I make a list of the 6 things, at least 6 things that I want to accomplish the next day. So they're my top 6 priorities. And that's how I spend my day. So, I stay home. I have my kids here. I do have, my sister-in-law comes and nannies for me 3 days a week, so I do have help from her, certainly. But when I have spare moments or during nap time, I love it because I have that list, and it keeps me focused, and it helps me to do my power hours and to really accomplish what I'm looking to accomplish in the day. Remember that you're in this business for yourself, but not by yourself. So when things aren't working the way you want them to work, or you need support, go to those, again, who know how to do it or have been through what you're going through and want what you want. Reach out to those people. Don't reach out to the people that maybe don't think you're crazy they think you're crazy for doing this business, or, again, somebody in the business that isn't doing anything. Those aren't the people to reach out to. Reach out to the people who are going to give you ideas, and they're going to lift you up, and they're going to inspire you. Set goals. This is so important. I will tell you, goal setting is one of the most major things in this business that you can do. A successful person is going to have a clear vision of what's coming to them. They're going to have a clear vision on what they're going after, so they're going to see it before it even happens. So they're going to be the ones making dream boards. For me, dream board was the weirdest thing I'd ever heard of when I came into this. I thought, oh my gosh, a dream board, like that just seems like a weird voodoo thing or something. Like I just thought it was silly. I guess I didn't really see that it would do much. But I will tell you, I was at a training with Darlene Roth, and we made little dream beach balls. Actually, they weren't even dream balls yet, or dream boards yet, but these little beach balls, and we wrote down our top dreams of what we wanted to achieve. And ever since then, I've been a firm believer in it, because everything that I wrote down on that ball has came true, and it's taught me to dream bigger. And we do. Every time we cross something off, we add something else to our dream board. So we have a clear vision of what we want to achieve, and whether it be a new vehicle, or maybe you just want to help people. Maybe you just want to be able to give when you see a family on Facebook that was in a fire, and you want to be able to give to people like that, or somebody who has had a loss, or somebody who's going through cancer. You want to be able to give to people that you come across that need help. That has been a big dream of mine, and that's something that I've been so blessed to do. Whenever I see anybody that needs help, I'm able to help them, and even if it's just a little bit, that's something that's so huge to me that I love that I can do. Journaling's huge. Journaling is really, really a great way to really see what you're doing in your business, to help you set goals, and to help you look back on what you've done for your business. So that's something that can really help. What I personally do is I set monthly goals for myself every single month, and then of course I do my 60, my 90, and my year goals. I usually like to do those around January, kind of around the new year, or in December. But I set monthly goals every single month. And then what I'll do is I'll set my goals, and then at the end of the month or the beginning of the next month, I'll look at my goals and I'll evaluate. What did I do to get closer to my goals? Did I hit my goals? Did I not even come close to my goals? What could I have done different? What did I do well? And what do I need to work on? I'm always looking at that kind of stuff, and I'm always, like I said, I'm always looking at what I did well and what I need to work on, because I always need to work on something. Everybody does. Everybody can do something better. But I also try to remember all of the things that I did do well, so I'm focusing on that, and I'm staying in that positive mindset as well. I'm big on charting as you start to grow a team. Make sure you're seeing where your team is at. If they're at a 400 qualified leg, who needs help, who's doing well. Don't chart yourself to diamond if you're brand new in this business. Start with Ruby. Start small and kind of build up. But that's good to see where you're at and where you're going. If you need help with charting, reach out to your upline, because they will be more than willing to help you with that. And your hundreds list. That's so important when you're in a business. You need to always have a list going of people who you are going to be networking with and who you're going to be connecting with. So if you don't have a hundreds list written down, I encourage you, after we get off this call, start your hundreds list. Go in the document section in your eSuite, print out the hundreds list, print out the memory jogger and start writing names down, because it's proven people who have a list are more successful than those that don't, because there's just something about that when you have a list and you're working it, and your goal is to meet people every single day. My goal is every day to at least meet 2 people that I can connect with in some way. A lot of times I'm doing that on Facebook. Who are 2 people I can friend on Facebook that I can build a relationship with, whether it's somebody I met out and about, or I'm just trying to think of people that I know through mutual friends that I've had some sort of connection with. So I'm always adding to my list. And then your mindset, forget about past failures. You guys need to remember, you guys are winners, and you were put into this business for a very divine purpose. You're not here by chance. So it's your responsibility to take this and run with it, of course, and you have so many people around you that are supporting you and cheering you on and rooting for you and believing in you. And if you feel like you don't, reach out again to your upline, because you do. You have so many people that can be that cheerleader for you and that can cheer you on and support you. Just remember, you were made to be great. You were put on this earth to be great, and you are great, and you are amazing. So just always remember that, and just grow your confidence little by little each day. Keep your blinders on. Don't compare yourself to anybody in this business. There's people that are going to move faster than you. There's people that are going to move slower than you. Everybody's circumstance is totally different. Some people come into this with a lot of contacts. Some people come into this with absolutely no contacts. So when you're looking in the mirror every single day, the only person you want to be comparing yourself to is the person that was in the mirror yesterday, meaning yourself. Every day try to be better than what you were yesterday, but don't look at anybody else as far as, what they're doing or how fast they're moving, because it doesn't matter. In the long run, we're all going to get there as long as we don't quit. We just need to keep moving. It really doesn't matter how long it takes us to get there. The most important thing is that we get there. So just a couple things. I know, I'm sorry. I don't want to make this a long call, but I just felt it was important to share a lot of this stuff with you guys. Building your own business. What does that mean? We hear that a lot, build your own business. Well, to me, what it means is don't expect your upline to build this business for you. That's not going to happen, and it shouldn't happen. You're going to feel so much better about your business when you've done this on your own. And I will tell you, me personally, I've never had one thing placed under me, and I'm happy about that, because it really, really pushed me to build my business on my own. So your upline's role is here to mentor you, to support you, and at the end of the day, your success is 100% up to you. Your success is not up to anybody else. It doesn't matter who your upline is. It doesn't matter who your downline is. It doesn't matter who your sidelines are. The business is up to you. When you get you right, the business is going to work. So just always be looking in the mirror when you're wondering maybe why your business isn't growing or why it isn't growing fast enough. Really be looking in the mirror, because it's 100% up to you to do this. Don't expect your upline to pay for your events or give you leads, none of that. Do that all yourself. Like I said, you're gonna be so much more, you're just gonna appreciate it so much more when you get those leads, when you get that distributor, when you get those loyal customers. You're gonna appreciate it so much more, so much more. So I will just tell you, in this business, of course we can place, and we do place, but I'll tell you, I don't place under anybody who isn't 100% in, and I've been in the business 4.5 years. I've done things right, and I've done things horribly wrong. So I want to share with you guys what I believe is the best way, and I believe the best way is just to build your own business. If you are placing, place with those that want it. Don't ever place under a distributor or a teammate who is expecting you to build the business for them, or who just doesn't get it, and you're hoping that you placing a couple distributors under them will help them see the vision, because it won't. If anything, it's going to make them more dependent on you, and more, they're going to depend on you more about why they are not successful. So just don't do it. So just some top keys to success, and then I think that's pretty much the end for me, and I'll open it up and if Lori wants to add anything that I maybe missed. But just some top keys to success. always be running your auto ship. You are in a business. Your auto ship is your overhead, okay? So you're going to run your auto ship first with your commissions, and you're going to pay yourself after that auto ship has ran. So whatever is left over after you have paid for your auto ship, that is your money in your pocket. And the reason we have our auto ship is because you're going to need wraps to wrap people, and you're going to need to be building a testimony of what the products are doing for yourself. So use the products on yourself as well. So your auto ship is your overhead in this business. And you know what the beauty is? You can sell 4 wraps in a month, and you can pay for all of your business expenses. That's $100. That will pay for your auto ship, and that will pay for your website. So 4 wraps a month. This is something I tell everybody when I'm doing opportunity meetings, is I tell them, you know, you do the ADBV auto ship, and your website's going to be about $20. So you're looking at selling 4 wraps each month to cover all of your business expenses. The rest is money in your pocket. Another key, plug into our meetings, plug into our calls. Thank you to everybody who is on tonight. You're awesome. You're doing it. You're plugging in, so we're proud of you for that. But that's so important. It's going to refuel you and re-energize you. You know, plug in, you know, all of the calls too are recorded. So like when you're driving, I don't listen to the radio anymore, you know, very, very seldomly will I listen to the radio. But I'm like downloading calls, and I'm playing them on my stereo as I'm driving around. I make a point to do that because I am busy. You know, yesterday I was at my girls' dance, and so I downloaded some calls, and I bought my headphones, and I was listening to calls while I was watching them at dance. Always be plugging into that kind of stuff. Always be sharing your business with excitement. So be giving blitz cards to every single person you meet. And blitzing is something that's scary for people, but you just have to think about it like you have your hands on something. You need to share it with people, and don't even make it about them. Just tell them, hey, I have this awesome business. I'm super excited about it. If you know anybody you think would like this, can you just share my information? And give them a card. You don't even make it about them. Think about it like if you just opened a salon, or you just opened a retail establishment, or you just opened a restaurant. You would be sharing it with every single person you know, and this is absolutely no different. Build relationships with people always. Don't always make it about the business. Build the relationship first. Those of you on the 90-day run last week, Glenn Carver did a great job on talking about the importance of building relationships. This is so important. Bring value to people's lives. I mean, when you can help somebody, help them. If you can answer a question for somebody, answer it. If you can just make somebody feel good today, you know, maybe somebody posts a selfie and just tell them, hey, girl, you look beautiful. Do it. Build relationships with people always. Be consistent. Be so consistent with your business, with your posting, with your speaking about it, all that stuff. Even when it's slow, consistent with what you're doing, because you are always planting seeds. I mean, especially this time of year, you might feel like not much is going on in your business, but I can tell you the more you're doing as far as posting, as far as planting seeds with your business right now, January is going to explode for you because you're doing that. And you just need to think about it just like, you know, if you were planting a plant, you know, you put the seeds in the ground and you water it for a while, and you don't see anything going on. But it's because of faith that you know that that plant is going to grow, that you keep taking care of it, and you keep watering it, and you keep nurturing it, and eventually a plant starts to grow. It's the same thing with this business, so be consistent always with it. The sad thing and the sad reality is that people are looking to see you fail. They are watching you to see that you're going to fail, and they can say, I told you so. So prove them wrong and be excited. Even when it's slow, be excited. Always look for the good in what's going on in your business. Speak up when you're struggling, keep the negative out, and always, always lead from the front. Never ask your team to do something that you're not willing to do yourself. Be the rock star you're looking for until you find the rock star on your team, and those rock stars will find you because you're being a rock star. So that's all I have for you guys tonight, and I know this was a little bit longer, and I feel like I maybe rambled your ear off, but like I said, I was excited. I had a lot to share with you guys tonight, and I hope we take a lot of value out of what I shared with you, and it's inspired you, and it's helped you to really look at this like a business. Lori, anything else I missed?
You know, just a couple things I wanted to add in. Krystal, really, really good job. Thank you. I took lots of notes. When I'm doing my 6 list, I do my personal and my business. Because if I just write down all business things, I know I'm going to forget maybe to call and make a doctor appointment. I'm going to forget to go to the bank and make a deposit. I'm going to forget all those things. And then those things pile up. And then they make me nuts because now I have 3-4 days of things I needed to get checked off my plate because I didn't write them down. I have to write those things down too. So I like to do those to just keep up with things. And then, just when we were talking about goals and things, it might be, something to get out of this business that, and you talked about your, the ball and your dream boards and stuff. It's really nice just to even be able to go to the grocery store and you don't have to add things up in your cart and hope you have enough money when you're up at the checkout. To being able to do that is nice. Being able to, a lot of people never even plan a vacation because it's just not on their radar. It's just not what they do. They don't just know they're going to be taking vacations. It's so seldom, and it's just not something that's been available to them. So it's nice to be able to plan those things that, we take for granted now, but, it wasn't always that way. So just a couple things, and, God already has our life planned for us. We just need to stay in the game. So thank you, everyone, for being on the call. And, Krystal, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lori. I love that. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you for being on the call tonight. I'm excited. We will be doing the call next week. We will be at Green Experience in Florida. So we're going to try to stick with the 8:30 time. I got to see what the time difference is. I believe that will work. But look for an event post in our group pages later this week. And we will talk to you guys next week. You guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you then. Bye, guys.
Thanks everyone. Night. Thanks, Krystal.